Welcome. Today's mindfulness meditation theme is winding down from activation. Whether it's a need to wind down from an activating situation or experience, or just winding down from a stress-laden workday in order to skillfully engage with partners and family and friends, relationships of any kind, using breath work and awareness are key strategies. Breath and awareness are always accessible. There's no prescription necessary, and best of all, they're free and portable. If we look at some of the science, the neuroscience, 80% of vagus nerve fibers are afferent, meaning sensory. They run from the body and arrive into the brain. They send messages. Send messages of stress, discomfort, activation. We can learn to train and calm our activated nervous systems by way of using breath, or using movement, or even singing, laughing, or chanting. The National Institute of Health research has illustrated that 10 weeks of yoga can decrease PTSD symptoms. And not just yoga, but any mindful movement exercise, such as Tai Chi or Qigong. When we pair our awareness to movement and pair our breath with that movement, our nervous system can begin calming. The benefit, chanting, reciting prayers out loud, singing, extends the exhale cycle. And the exhale cycle is connected to calming, the calm response of the sympathetic, parasympathetic system. Inhale activates, exhale soothes. So by learning to breathe in a particular way, we can calm by accessing the relaxation portion of that breath cycle. This can help us rebalance, reboot, and recover, and essentially reset the whole nervous system. It requires just a few things. It requires a stopping. We have to remember to do it. Stop in our tracks, find our breath. And it requires taking slow, deep breaths. So we begin first by noticing, how is this breath in this moment? Is it quick and short and shallow, jagged? If it is, notice, and then invite. Invite a shift. Invite a lengthening of both the inhale and in particular the exhale. By taking a few moments to inhale fully and exhale completely, perhaps even pairing with a sigh, we can bring the parasympathetic system back online, slowing the aroused, activated sympathetic system. There are other benefits of a breath practice. One is it creates a single pointedness of mind. Not necessarily an easy task, but when practiced, it can turn the mind into a laser-like power, holding our attention steady. Our world is so filled with distraction that this can be a benefit in and of itself. With breath practice, the chosen object is the breath. Only the breath. It's very exclusive. When the mind wanders, we come back to the breath. When emotions are felt, we come back to the breath. When distractions occur, we come back to the breath. This exclusiveness brings calm because it lessens the distractions. There is some effort, just as in lifting a set of weights requires effort. But strength is gained. Confidence is gained. Now, our mindfulness tool is what notices when attention or awareness has drifted away from the object, in this case, the breath. So our mindfulness is noticing the mind has wandered and bringing it back to the breath. Another place where repetitions can be advantageous. So in the practice portion, we will work with a style of breathing called box breathing. The inhale is held for a particular count. I'll offer suggestions for the length of the inhale and the other components, and you choose what works best for you in this moment, in this situation. The inhale is a particular length. We'll hold the breath for a particular length. We'll exhale longer than the inhale, and then we'll hold once again, and we'll repeat. The box is created. One side is the inhale, second side is the hold, third side is the exhale, and final side is the hold. I like to say it's probably more like a trapezoid because in this case, we're unwinding from activation, so we'll lengthen our exhale. The other instruction, the instruction that will build our mindfulness muscle and our self-awareness, is to just notice. Notice what is happening. Anything you notice is of value because it's part of the experience. So notice. And the second component is what happens next. What happens next? Present enough to be the observer. This, and then this, and then this. All sorts of things will arise, sensations, emotions, thoughts, and all of them are transitory. Notice this, and then what happens next. What remains steady is the observer. The observer remains unperturbed. And so I'll guide you through a box breath practice. Begin by finding a comfortable seat, positioning a body balanced between effort and ease, closing the eyes fully or partially, and listen for the sound of the bell that will open and close this practice. Arriving into the present moment, begin with the first step of grounding. Ground the feet into the earth and ground the seat into the chair or object. And take a moment to just feel the sensation of being held and supported. Begin first with the simple awareness of breath just as it is, unmanipulated. Breathing is always happening, and we can notice breathing. We can notice the inhale. We can notice what happens next. The exhale, as sure as we're sitting here. Always changing, very transitory. But the observer, unchanged, simply watching. And now moving to a more deliberate style of breathing. Inhale to the count of 4. And hold for a count of 3. And exhale for a count of 5. Hold for a count of 3 again. And the inhale will arise on its own. Inhaling once again for 4. Hold it for 3. Exhale for 5. Hold for 3, and then begin again. I'll leave you in silence to explore. Shorten or extend each part of the cycle to best serve you in this moment. Remembering for this practice, exhaling longer, whatever that might be. And remain present enough to notice. Notice this and what happens next. And if the mind has wandered, simply bring it back. Mindfulness notices. That's all. And for the final round of breathing, simply breathe in as full as possible, inhaling fully, exhaling completely. Closing with the words from Jon Kabat-Zinn. The only real leverage we have to transform the future is to take care of this most precious moment.